Good morning. Good to be with you on this June 13th, Monday morning. And we all seen what is the world is going towards now. We are all actually hating each other. That is what I got it from yesterday incident, basically. And I posted this video yesterday and about who is a real Muslim. I thought people going to call me names and they're going to ban me and block me and all that. But instead, what is going on there, the two things is important things is happening there. I appeal to the Muslims around the world to come forward and condone the religious extremism and terrorism and violence. But unfortunately, none of the Muslims came forward in my wall there and liked it or they said anything. Instead, the video actually went viral in a Facebook and also in a YouTube. What is going on in a Facebook is there's a lot of comments. I thought people are calling me names and they're going to call me Muslims and all that. But instead what they were doing is they are actually not condoning this Omar Martin's religious extremism. I'm talking about Americans. Americans are actually almost praising this fellow killing the gay LGBT people. So this is people are all, I believe they are Christians. I don't understand. I mean, we lost totally the why I posted this and why and what they actually have to debate about it. I actually request the people to condone the religious extremism and terrorism. But instead here, there is a lot of homophobic comments and people are actually hating each other. So what I'm trying to understand here is, I'm not able to understand, do we really need a religion? Because this religion is all came to existence when people were killing each other. The group of men joined together and they said we have to set the rules and the laws, therefore we don't kill each other. That is what this religion is all about. If you see that before Christianity there was a Judaism, and before even Judaism and the Hindu religion were there, and the Hindu religion is not even called as Hindu religion. It was actually the way of life. That's what the Hindu religion is all about. But all the religions, if you see that, the Hindu gods also fought. There was a war and the Hindu gods fought over a woman and a land. And likewise, if you see in a Christianity there is a fight, and in Islam there is a war. But why we need all this religion if religion is teaching us a war and extremism, right? And as a matter of fact, what I want to talk is about the hatred. So this entire yesterday Florida Orlando killing, the 49 people were killed and the 53 have been critically wounded, and all of them actually LGBT patrons were there in the Pulse club last night, right? So his mate's father came out and said, my son is actually did not do it in the name of religion because he's a homophobic, that he did not like it when the two men were kissing in front of our house and he used to get angry, and I think that is the one who made him to do this. And his wife goes to the ABC and she says he's a woman, wife beater, and one time he'll be good and sometime he'll go totally mad, but he's not religious, and she's calling him as a psychopath. So and most of all, what I am also appalled by this is by the FBI. This is the second time they failed. What they did was in a Boston bombing, they actually one of the brother was interviewed by the FBI, but that information was never given to the local law enforcement. So now, same thing, this fellow was interviewed by the FBI in 2013 and 2014 because they thought that he might have association with the man who also came from Orlando, who worshipped in the same, his mosque was a suicide bomber in Syria, killed the Syrian troops. But there is no substantial evidence, therefore this fellow was released. But this information was never given to the local law enforcement. If that would have been given, they would have been watched him, right? But forget about all this. What I'm trying to say now here is the hatred. Trying to end hate with the more hatred is like trying to put out a fire with the flamethrower. Why I'm saying this? Because I'm going to show you this 1-minute video of Mr. Trump and Mrs. Clinton. Mr. Trump actually said the Obama should resign because he's not calling this is a radical Islam and a jihad. And Mrs. Clinton also not calling, therefore she should not even contest. But watch this video and you yourself understand, actually Mrs. Clinton calls this is the radical Islam, and as usual Mr. Trump fuels with the hatred.
My perspective, it matters what we do more than what we say. I have clearly said that we face terrorist enemies who use Islam to justify slaughtering innocent people. And, you know, whether you call it radical jihadism, radical Islamism, I think they mean the same thing. I'm happy to say either. But what I won't do, because I think it is dangerous for our efforts to defeat this threat, is to demonize and demagogue and declare war on an entire religion. That plays right into ISIS's hands.
You have tremendous numbers of people with this tremendous radical hate. The first thing you need is a president that's going to mention the problem. And he won't even mention what the problem is. And unless you're going to say it's radical Islamic terrorism and hate, unless you're going to say that, Christine, it's going to be, you're never going to solve it. And you have Hillary Clinton refuses to use the words. Now, she doesn't really believe that she shouldn't use it. She's afraid to use it because
Mr. Trump, on our show this morning,
President Obama doesn't want her to use it.
She did say that this morning. She said
he's the boss, okay? And she's afraid of him because obviously, she probably thinks that he has a very profound effect over her life.
Let me jump in. I don't know if you can hear me on the phone. Let me jump in because
she's not going to use it. But I bet you that she would believe that she would love to use those words.
So, you watched this video, right? So now I'm going to quote from Buddha's teaching. There is a beautiful analogy he gives why the hatred and anger will not bring a peace to us. By doing this, you are like a man who wants to hit another and picks up a burning ember or excrement in his hand, and so first burns himself or makes himself stink. This is what Buddha teaches in Visuddhimagga, volume 9 and 23. So understand that the hate is your problem. So you have to work it out. Confront the feeling and then get over it. Don't hold on it. Remember that by hating someone, you are still letting them control your feelings, making them to get one up on you, right? There is no point getting mad. Get even by refusing them the satisfaction of affecting you so much. If you are still mad, throw something like a harmless pillow at a harmless wall for instance. Well, then move on. If you take a AR-15, this is what happens. This is another important thing I wanted to tell the parents around the world. What you teach your children, and that is what is going to happen to them and tomorrow in their life. Because the father of a matter actually said my son was a homophobic, he does not like. Why he did not tell him, if the God created you and me, is there any problem for a God to create this way? The God created a gay, God created a transgender, God created a lesbian, right? So therefore, God likes everybody. That's what the God wanted. So he created it. எந்த குழந்தையும் நல்ல குழந்தைதான் மண்ணில் பிறக்கையிலே அவர் நல்லவர் ஆவதும் தீயவர் ஆவதும் அன்னையின் வளர்ப்பினிலே. Which means when a child was born in this world, in this earth, it's a beautiful and it's very precious and a pure. But if they are going to become a good or a bad, this is all comes from their parents. If the parents, they teach them a proper thing, this is not going to happen. All right. So with that, I'll say everybody have a great day. See you all later. Bye-bye.